Aries season is almost here, so what better time to do collective readings for the astrological season than with Aries, the first sign in astrology. Here we go. Hi, I'm Kim, your certified crazy lady. Psychic readings, channeled messages, and videos about my life as a psychic witch. If you don't hate any of those things, feel free to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Today we're going to just do a collective reading about Aries season, what we need to know about it, what we can kind of expect from it maybe. I'm going to be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reid. I will link it down in the description below. Also, I want to tell you that there is a link in the description for my free email newsletter. Once a month, I send out an email with an exclusive reading just for those on the email list. It is free, it will always be free, and it comes out with the full moon. A day or two before the full moon, just for a full moon reading, because who doesn't love a full moon? You can sign up for that in the description below, and with that, let us shuffle and get going. I might pull a card at the end too for just a general vibe. Do it. Aries. I'm an Aries moon, so my emotions like to, you know? All right, we've got one so far. Oh, not for you. That's interesting. This card is another one. This one came up in our last collective reading, I think. Ooh, we got friends coming. We got friends coming up. Okay, that's who I want to pull for that. Okay, we have Not For You, and we have By the Book. I'm not going to be reading any reversals or protections today. I really just prefer to keep things simple. Sometimes I do, not today. Life has a lot going on for me, so not bad. Just a very long to-do list, so we're not going to read reversals or protections. All right, and the last one that fell out was Fork in the Road. Oh my gosh, I was just reading about crossroads like an hour ago. Crazy. It's an actual fork. Okay, I'll show you all these when we get to them. Okay, what are we feeling? Great cards. The first initial messages that I'm hearing are let it go and traditions are okay, which is kind of weird if you, I feel like those are disconnected, but there's a bridge. Okay. Okay, and then there's some decision making that's gonna go down maybe. Yeah. Okay, so first we have Not For You. Okay, fortune cookie, right? Fortune cookie that says nope on a delicately balanced chessboard. I'll show you it. There you go. Yep. Okay. With this door window, it's a window suspended in midair that we can't reach. You know, life is about balance. Life is, you know, the grand design, the big predestined plan and all of those things, wherever you land on that, it's a balance. It's duality. It's delicate. Delicate's not the word. It's not fragile and it's not delicate. It's careful. It's a careful balance. It's a careful balance, and it can be easily swayed. It's not easily overtaken or overwhelmed to one side or the other, but it can easily, especially in our personal lives, you know, in ourselves, our own balance in our own life can really one way or the other very, very easily. And I'm really hearing that the thing that we have in our head for what we're after and what balance means, what balance means to us may not be what balance is, which is kind of funny because that's actually a message I've been getting. About 2 days in a row now, I've gotten a similar message in my own personal reading. So there's definitely an energy about that. And it's a little bit of let it go, and it's a little bit of accept what is. Yeah, I'm hearing accept it. It is. It is. That's what I'm hearing. It is. Okay, it is. So the thing that you're kind of holding on to that is what's giving you balance, it either isn't going to actually give you balance or isn't really giving you balance. It's a facade, like that balance isn't real, or it's actually causing imbalance. Which is kind of a complicated message. I will give you that. That is not easily understandable. I get that. It's because sometimes we don't know what gives us balance, but this is about what isn't. This is about what is not giving us balance. So for Aries season, for the next chunk of, see, what do we got, 4 weeks-ish in Aries, think about what is causing an imbalance in your life that isn't an obvious thing. Okay, sometimes our career can very easily throw us off balance, or our, mom life can very easily throw you off balance from personal and mom and family life. And there's more than two, because we usually think of balance as two scale, the scales like this. And I think that there's more to balance than two things. For me personally, I have mom life and I have, my spirituality life here, mom and wife life. But I also have private spiritual practice and hobbies and mental health and physical health, so there's my professional, there's my personal, and there's my family. So there's at least 3, and all of those are more. So really we're balancing, 30 plates on sticks, like those circus performers, I'm talking about. And so it may not be one thing. I'm not saying, this isn't your job is throwing you off balance. This is something a little more that you think is giving you balance or is helping you find balance, but it isn't. So this thing that you are chasing, whether it's, okay, self-care half an hour before bed is going to give me balance. That may be what you need to let go. You may need to move that to another time. You may need to choose a different variety of self-care. You may need to choose resting instead of self-care. I'm not saying get rid of your self-care. Please understand that. That was just the example that popped in my head. I'm saying that the thing that you're chasing, maybe you do need self-care for balance, and so you've decided to take a bath every night before you go to bed, and maybe a bath is not self-care for you. It's not for me. I hate baths. I could make a whole video on why I think baths are stupid, but I won't, because a lot of people love them. Unless you really want that video, and then I will. Anyway, my point is that the thing that you're trying to force in your life in order to achieve balance isn't giving you balance. If you have to force it, it's not in balance. Okay, you have to commit and you have to work hard to get balance, but you don't have to force it. If there's something that you're forcing to have happen in your life in order to maintain or achieve balance, don't do that. That ain't it. That's not it. That's what I'm getting from this, is that something that you think is creating the balance is not. So it's time to understand what balance means for you personally. It is a personal thing for every person. So really examine that. That's okay. The thing that you're forcing for balance, it's not for you. That's not for you, okay? All right, by the book. So traditions is what I'm just hearing traditions. I'm hearing traditions. And Aries, we're very good at rebellion. We're not full on, well, we can be full on rioters. Let's be real. But there is something to be said for tradition. So if you're feeling particularly rebellious, you don't have to tear everything down. You don't have to tear everything down, okay? Yeah, we do need to tear down toxic things, and we need to tear down bad systems, and we need to tear down injustices and the things that are causing injustices. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the personal things in you where you feel like, oh, that's a tradition for the sake of tradition. I can reject it. You don't need to do that. you can do that if it's causing harm. This is the things that you're rejecting for the sake of rejection. Okay. And I've been there. I know what that feels like. I know. Okay, I know what it's like. I'm going to rebel against this so that I have something to rebel against. Like, I know that feeling. I know that. I'm like feeling like physical cringe and angst because I know what that feels like. And I've, and yeah, we were all young once, But I think your traditions are okay. If your mom still wants you to come over for Sunday dinner and your family's not toxic, it's okay to do that. All right? It's okay to love the things you love. Okay? Even if you only love them for the sake of nostalgia, even if you love them only for the sake of culture or for the sake of tradition. Okay? If you love it, it's okay. You can love it. Okay? So, and maybe that's what, that's what's bridging us to what we need to let go of in terms of balance. Okay. So you may need to go back to your roots. I'm hearing go back to your roots, and yeah, we're getting validation. Yes, definitely. But ooh, chills. That's where you'll find a little more peace and some balance with that, is to go back to your roots and what traditionally and historically has made you happy, that's genuinely good for you. Not things that have made you happy, okay? Not things that are band-aids, none of the self-medicating stuff. That's not where this is going. If that's in your history, that is not what this is leading you to. This is leading you to the happy childhood smells. This is leading you to what you used to do on Friday nights when you were in middle and high school. This is what the things that just make you happy. Okay, it's okay. Those are your personal traditions. Okay, so when I say traditions and to go back to your roots, I'm talking about you personally, not like your whole family line. It might be if that was something you're really in tune with and connect with, then I am. But what I'm saying is it's your own personal traditions, okay? Your personal Sunday morning, slow Sunday morning routine. Get back to that, okay? You're sitting in a coffee shop for a couple hours on a Saturday like you did in college. Like, okay, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling these things you used to do just because you enjoyed them. Those are your personal traditions, okay? Things you used to do to honor certain things. Maybe it's, certain religious rituals or family events and family things. Those situations, those things that really made you happy, and those things that you celebrated and did just because it makes you happy. So examine back in your roots, your personal roots. Go back to your personal roots. Think of what you used to do for fun in high school and in college, and before you had responsibilities. Okay, what were the things you did when you didn't have mom guilt? Those are the things that you need to be seeking out right now to help you with your balance. Definitely. And like with Aries are very gimme is kind of what I'm hearing, but not in a terribly selfish way. Okay, it can be very gimme because Aries is, definitely a lot of war and anger. Aries, when you think of Aries, there is a lot of that, but it's also very, I'm gonna take this. I'm taking this. Okay, and it's okay to take the things that make you happy. I mean, don't hurt people, okay? We're not gonna go to war over this, but it's okay to do what you want and to take what you need, for your balance. It's okay. So examine your personal traditions and revisit those things and see if that gives you the balance that you thought the other stuff was. That's not really balance. This is true balance. Okay, it's really gonna give you a lot of self-love and and peace. Really a lot of personal peace and personal power. That's really what I'm feeling, is both personal peace and personal power. Okay, which is kind of funny that Aries season and we're talking about peace. Okay, I know, I hear myself. But this is what's gonna, because I think that it can be easy to fall into the things that do give us conflict and war, you know, the things that we battle about. It's so easy to fall into those things, especially when that energy is heightened, you know, you want it, you get it, you take it, do it. Okay, it's a very do it energy, but harness that in your personal things that you love. Harness it there. Don't harness it outwardly. Okay? Use it and inwardly to take what you want in terms of what's going to give you true balance. Okay? I hope that's making sense. All right, fork in the road. Decisions. That's what decisions. So, I didn't show you. I'll show you by the book. We've got elephants. And the elephants are family. You know, they live in family groups. They are a family, and so that's really cool. I love it. I love when they hold on to their tails. You know? Happy little elephant family. Just doing their elephant thing because it makes them happy. All right, fork in the road. We have come upon a decision, some decisions. We're going to channel into it right now. Cute little llama. Is that a monkey on there? Is that a monkey wearing a mask? Stand by. Let's get a load of this with the snowy owl. Pull. There's so much going on here. But that's kind of the energy of a crossroads, isn't it? As I told you, I was just reading about crossroads in old Slavic paganism beliefs and things, and how important crossroads are for magical workings and things. And so it's funny that this came up. But I'm letting them finish. You know, it's interesting. Decisions are a little scary, I think. And if you know someone with strong Aries placements, you know that they are good at making a decision impulsively and also good at abandoning that decision when they're done with it, before it's done. Okay. We are super good at starting projects and leaving them, you know. And so I think this is definitely a time to make some decisions, because there is an assertiveness that comes with this time of year. There is an assertiveness, a decision-making ability of, I know what I want, I'm going to take it. And I think that's what this is saying. I think this is saying that harness that. If you don't have big Aries placements, maybe you do, and your other placements are kind of suppressing that a little bit, but take advantage of that extra assertiveness that you may be feeling right now, that's kind of crackling in the air. Like I can feel it. That's what I'm feeling around this season. Is it's crackling and sparking. There are embers, and it's, you know, getting ready to fire up. Just a lot of fire energy. And that is, I mean, a fire goes, a fire consumes, a fire is power. It takes and it goes and it does, and it knows what it's doing, and it's no questions asked, here we go. And I think that that's the energy that you need to harness to make good decisions, especially about the things that you're seeking and the things that are going to give you balance and happiness. You need to take advantage of the crackling assertiveness that is around you and seize it, decide, and don't look back. Okay, I think we have a hard time following our intuition as humans. Okay, we have a hard time following our intuition because we very rarely know when we've made the right decision. We almost always learn if we make the wrong decision. You know when you made the wrong choice. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I knew this was going to happen. Why did I do this? So we have a hard time following our intuition sometimes because we aren't okay with not knowing. We need our curiosity satisfied, and we need to know you know, whether this was right or wrong. And sometimes that leads us to kind of purposefully going against our intuition, because at least we'll have the satisfaction of knowing. And sometimes we can't follow our intuition because we can't not be satisfied. We have to know. And so you really have to commit to not knowing, which is so scary. And I hate when I have to give messages like that, because it's like, I would not want to hear this. I don't want to say this. Here we are. So be okay with not having your curiosity satisfied, and be okay with not getting the knowledge and confirmation that you made the right choice. And know that if you make the wrong choice, you will get that confirmation and you will have your curiosity satisfied, but you're not going to be where you want to be. So make the decision that's right for you, and don't look back. Don't look back, because there's a likelihood you may not know 100% for sure that it was the right decision. And as always, you can ask for confirmation. I hope you know that. I do it all the time with my guides. I say, hey, can you just send me a little confirmation that this is the right decision? And when you get that, then don't look back. Don't look back. Don't keep thinking, oh, maybe I should have done the other thing. Oh, maybe I should have chosen wrong. Oh, I don't know if this is right. You're gonna know if it's wrong, but you may not know, and you may have doubt if it's right. So be okay with that, all right? So that you can make the decision, because that's really gonna move the needle for you, especially in this Aries time of, like I said, that crackling energy of assertiveness, okay? Just seize it and make the decision. And trust yourself. Really trust yourself that you have the intuition, that you have guides, that you are not alone, and that you have the ability to make the right decision, because you do. You do have the right decision, the power to make the right decision at the fork in the road. You know which way to go. Okay? It's go that way. Go that way and don't look back. It's very important in Crossroads Magic, I've read, that to once you've done what the ask, or what the working that you're doing in the crossroads, not to look back. When you've finished, you walk home and you do not look back. You don't turn back because of curiosity. You don't turn back out of wonder. You don't turn back out of doubt and unsure feelings. You don't look back. You know what you want and you ask for it and you go after it, and then you don't look back. So commit and don't look back. Because you know, trust yourself, you're right, okay? Let's pull one more from the Woodland Wardens deck by Jessica Rue. I'll link this one below too. I just want to kind of get, there's going to be a lot of assertiveness, like a crackling. I can hear it crackling. And just assertiveness, very assertive and crackly, crackling energy. But I want to pull just a little animal from the deck to see what kind of energy we can expect alongside all that assertiveness. Badger. There's an Aries, right? Some people would argue with me, but no, I totally see a badger as an Aries. Anyway, what is this Aries season going to feel like? What do we need to know for it? Sometimes I have to pull from this deck because it's so, oh, somebody jumped out already. Sometimes I have to pull. No one likes to jump out, but we got someone. Oh, the bat. The bat and the hellboar. Intuition. Look at that keyword down there. I don't know if you can see that, but that says intuition. I told you, you're going to get the confirmation and validation that it's the right choice, and then you need to not look back. So this is a time of your intuition. This is a time, and which is funny because we're exiting Pisces season, which is so in our feelings, okay? We're so in our feelings, and we're just drowning in all of the woes and the feelings and the happies and the sads and the angries. And I commend people with strong Pisces placements, because you have to be a very strong person to handle that much emotion all the time. But we're kind of exiting that very watery emotional time and entering into this fiery decision making and kind of moments. Instead of leaning back, we are charging forward, okay? And you know what's interesting about the bat is they do that. Now, you hear the term all the time, she's blind as a bat, you're blind as a bat, they're blind as a bat, right? Because bats can't see in the traditional way that we can. They use, you know, sonar, they use their echolocation and the sound waves and things, and their little cheeps and the sound bouncing and things, and so they have to charge ahead not seeing in the sky at night. That's like darkness upon darkness, nighttime, and you can't see. What? And they fly right out every night to eat up those mosquitoes. Every night. They're there. I see them flying above my house every single night in the spring, in the summertime, into the fall. You know, those bats just flying about. They know where to go. They cheap out. They get their sound. They trust it. They trust that sound wave to tell them exactly where they are and exactly where they need to go. Can you imagine what would happen to a bat if it didn't trust those waves of sound and their echolocation situation? If they doubted that, they get waves back and they're like, oh, I don't know if that's true. I don't know. Like, what do they just fly in place until they figure it out? They gotta go, they gotta move, they gotta eat. They have a small window of time to eat, they gotta make it happen. And they do, because they trust that. They trust who they are, and they trust what they know, and they trust what is guiding them, okay? You can trust who you are and what you know and who is guiding you. You can trust your guides and your team of ancestors and the people who are behind you, okay? You can trust them. Their only interest is helping you. You can trust them, and you can trust yourself. You can. You really, truly can. And you really, oh, I can just feel it. This is such a time of intuition. This is such a time of just believing in yourself with your whole heart, with your whole being. Just believing that you can, and believing that you're right, and that you know what is best for you in your life. Just like the perfect little bat does, okay? This is what you need to be. This is what you need to be. Okay? If a bat can fly out every night, little bat, and cheap out, okay, they can fly out blind in the dark when there are owls waiting to eat them, okay? And they can fly out anyway because they know and they trust. Well, you can do that too this Aries season. I believe in you. But that's the energy that we're definitely going to be having, is a lot of assertive energy and a lot of intuition, and it can be a very, very powerful time. It really, really can be, if you can line those two up, if you can take the assertive decision making, okay, and leave the rest, right? Leave that in the dust, okay? Trust yourself, and this energy is just going to propel you forward, because it is a time of doing, and it is a time of trusting so that you can do. That is so cool. I love that. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that Aries season treats you well, and I hope that you can harness all of this and make those decisions and really trust yourself, because it's really gonna change your life, which is so cool. So cool. You won't ever want to go back to not trusting yourself. Please, again, remember to sign up for my email list and to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you made it all the way to the end of this video. For my last collective reading, you can click or tap right up here. The sound is echoey and terrible, but the message is good. And for just more of my face, you can click or tap right down here. Thank you so much for being here. I really love you. And until we meet again, go embrace your crazy.